Hey, what's good, everybody, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Got here, Miss Vick3, JerryLee. You're watching the Big Ticket, a show that takes the opponent's perspective on the game at hand. This week, we're going against the New York Giants, and we got a special guest. Before we get to that, my guy, JerryLee, how you doing, man? How was Christmas?
That was awesome, man. You know how it goes. Kids jumping around, going crazy. But like I told you backstage, I slept through most of mine, fat and full.
Hey, that no other better way to do it, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, we got the Giants this week. How you feeling?
I think we're gonna take this game. It should be easy. I mean, we're going against a backup quarterback. I mean, how hard is it gonna be? I think if we keep the same recipe we played the last game, we got it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And we had some issues last time. Jalen, that was probably what the worst game we would say he's ever played as an Eagle.
Yeah.
3 interceptions, could have been five. We can discuss that horrible game as much. But today we're fortunate and we're very proud to have, a special guest. We got, the GOAT, the Giants GOAT. He's a great Giants content creator. I consider this man a great football mind. He's forgotten more things that we'll ever know. Let me bring him on without further ado. We got Joel Classified 3 up in here. Joel, thank you for coming on, my guy.
What's up, Joel?
What an intro. Oh my goodness. Now I'm really feeling old. Woo.
Look at that beard. Wow, bro.
Yeah.
I could hang my Christmas balls on that sucker.
Wait, it gets a lot thicker and bushier, trust me.
Yeah, man. I feel like, with illustrious guests that we have such as yourself, you got to give them that proper intro. Respect has to be given.
Oh, man, I do appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all sub up these guys, great content creators. We talk an awful lot. They come into my streams. It's great that, we can show the audience that, look, I'm a Giants fan. You guys are Eagles fans, but there's no reason we have to bicker. We can talk trash. It's a lot of fun. That's part of sports. But, you can still be civil to each other. It's great how we can show that and introduce that to the fans. Because I mean, sometimes we get a bad rap.
My dad used to say, you can pick your nose, you can pick your friend's nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, me and JerryLee just out here, like I said, this show is about getting the opponent's perspective. And at the same time, we respect our opponents, because if you don't, then what are you doing? I don't like that trash talk. Like, it's good to trash talk. When people get disrespectful, I think that's another level when you get personal with it. I just want to show the people out here that, Eagles fans aren't as bad as they say. That's just something the media puts out there. We're all kind, just like Giants fans, even Cowboys fans, as much as we hate to say it. There's some kind Cowboys fans out there too.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Not that many, but
yeah, we'll give you a little bit on this show, not too much, because I really, I'm married to a Cowboys fan, but that's it.
Oh man,
couldn't imagine.
I live in the middle of Bills country. Okay, so I have to hear about the Buffalo Bills all the time. It's kind of, I don't know. It just gets on my nerves after a little while. Ooh. They busted.
It's cold up there.
That ain't too bad. Not a lot of snow where I live, but I can handle the cold.
I love the snow.
Yeah.
But we got this week. You're up against the Eagles this week.
Yep.
Last time, the Giants were against the Eagles, you had the game 13-7, if I'm not mistaken. Daniel Jones didn't play his greatest ball, but he didn't lose the game.
Right.
What did you think of that game? Let's recap, because a lot of people, they want to forget. So let's put them back in that mindset. What were your thoughts on that game?
My thoughts on that game, I kind of like what the defense did. And the defense basically let you guys run the ball. But then it seems to me like your coach, especially watching you guys the first half of the season, he really likes to throw the ball. Sirianni likes to move the ball down the field with the 15-yard pass route concepts and the mesh schemes and stuff like that. And that defense was just really capitalistic, just enough to get pressure on Hurts, contain him so he could not run. You notice that last game, we didn't give him a lot of lanes to escape from with the pass rush. And we didn't sack him a lot, but containing him and getting him nervous. You could see him getting nervous feet, and he wanted to run. He couldn't run, and then he'd just throw the ball down the field. And that's when the interceptions. I thought it was a great game plan. Let you guys run, but yet contain the pass and not let Devontae Smith and your receiving core burn. Now, it almost happened at the end of the game. People were saying, I jumped into your stream after, or not your stream or somebody else's, a couple other streams, and people were like, Hurts sucks and this and that. And I'm like, man, your quarterback made a couple of great throws.
That would have been my stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Remember? Because you guys were like, this is a Giants fan, and he's talking more hype about our quarterback than we are.
Yep.
Look, I did see that. So, okay, so now I'm looking at this game. I'm like, is the same thing gonna succeed? What's Graham gonna have to cook up a little differently here? We're getting Adoree Jackson back. Now that Danny Shelton or whatever his name is, the nose tackle that's like 380 pounds and doesn't do anything. He's on COVID list. Nate Solder's on the COVID list, so we're gonna get to see Isaiah Wilson maybe a little bit. Matt Peart's going to be starting at right tackle. I think that's going to help us a little bit. Jake Fromm is definitely the unknown because we all know what happened with Mike White, the Jets. He comes out one game, puts up 400 yards, but then again, there's no film on him. There's no tape on him. And nobody has an idea of how to really game. You've seen one drive from him. What can you get from one drive that can, give you an idea as to what this kid can really do? So he's really the unknown. I did watch him at Georgia. He had a pretty good team at Georgia, and if the running game was there, but his thing is he likes to hit the running back coming out of the flat. He likes to hit the tight end over the middle. He is good at the 10 to 15-yard timing route passes like that. Will throw the ball deep, but not consistent when he throws the ball deep. So that's just the type of quarterback. Doesn't have a big arm. So if it's going to be windy or weather or anything like that, I don't know if he's got the arm. He could prove me wrong. Maybe he's been working out. I don't know. But as I can go off his Georgia tape and what he had, because his junior year, he had a phenomenal year. Then his senior year, the numbers dipped, which is why he was a 5th-round pick.
So what quarterback is going to be playing? Do you know?
Fromm.
It is Fromm? Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know more than anyone else, Joe, and especially in MetLife Stadium, if it's windy up there, if you have a weak arm, it's going to be a tough day for you.
Oh, I know. I know. It might be check down Charlie day. I got no clue.
Yeah.
Can we run the ball against you guys? That's going to be the big determining factor. We were starting to a little bit. You guys have not been really good at stopping the run lately. So, I mean, if we can run the ball and get 5 yards a pop, I think then the play action comes in, and that's Fromm's strength.
Well, it depends on what quarter it is.
Right.
Well, let me ask you a question, Joel. Since that Giants win against the Eagles, what would you say the state of the Giants has been since then?
The state of the Giants is everything that a lot of us were, wondering about, especially me, when I said upper management really has their fingers into this way too deep and too much is going on. Another article came out that I saw that was posted by some friends is that the reason Joe Judge is getting his 3rd year is because he's cleaned up a lot of the messes that were behind the scenes that not a lot of people know about, which I've been saying there's been a lot going on behind closed doors that we will never know about. So they're tired of going 2 coaches and gone, 2 coaches, or 2 years, 2-year coach gone, 2-year coach gone. They want to give him a 3rd year because he's done so well getting stuff cleaned up on the backside of it. The reports have been coming out about Mara, how he's been having his hands in everything. Chris Mara actually stopped us from getting a really good lineman because somebody called somebody an asshole. I don't know, but Chris Mara would not allow that guy to come onto the team, and I forget, it was Ibuku or something like that. He's a really good. So we should have a much better offensive lineman on the team right now than what we actually have. But Chris Mara stopped it. So there's just stuff going on behind the scenes. Why do I think that Kevin Abrams is going to be the GM? Because I think Kevin Abrams is going to be the guy that's in the middle and is going to keep Mara and everybody away from Judge and let Judge make his decisions, his picks, his guys. And then Abrams is going to work up the contracts. Judge is basically going to be like a junior GM. Abrams is going to be the guy that gets the guys, signed and whatever, deals with the contracts, the free agencies. And I think that Judge is going to be the guy that's going to get his guys in there, because right now, the New York Giants fans, everyone we're cheering for, is from Joe Judge's last 2 drafts. Those are our hope right now. It's not from Shermer's draft, not from Betcher. It's not McAdoo. Jerry Reese's picks is Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram, and I expect Ingram to be gone, and Shepard probably to be gone too, to get some cap room under there. He's hurt all the time. He's not on the field. I love the kid. I loved him at Oklahoma, and I loved it when the Giants drafted him. He's been one of my favorite players to watch, but he just cannot stay on the field. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's gone. Would not surprise me if Bradberry's gone. But Bradberry was brought in by Judge as a free agent, and he's played well. Martinez is also another guy that Joe Judge brought in and has played well. And everyone was like, this guy stinks. Look what he did in Green Bay. But then he comes to the Giants. The guy is a tackling machine. He was a key leader to that defense. Losing him. And then we got Roche. We got Ojulari, Robinson, Bernard McKinney. I like him coming in as a linebacker, better than the other guys. We got the other X-Man there. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. But I got so much. I got to remember so many freaking players on this team, that team, the other one. I lose sight of what the hell I'm doing here, guys. I apologize for that. But
that's all good.
But you know what, Andrew Thomas. Everyone likes Andrew Thomas. I do like the Tony pick. It was the right pick at the time. No, but Judge foresaw the future and saw this draft, which was heavy in offensive linemen, edge rushers. Hey, you know what? Let's get some future picks and get some quality players in here. Did we have to struggle another year? Yeah, we had to struggle another year. And you and me, Vic, we were on another stream last night, and we were going at it back and forth, and great points were made on both sides. But as far as me as a believer as to what Joe Judge is and could be, I really want to see it. It's just like Daniel Jones. I really want him to get a fair opportunity, a fair evaluation. Because like last night we were saying, Daniel Jones, the first part of the year when he had Andrew Thomas, he had a 90 quarterback rating. Andrew Thomas went out and he declined big time. He did not have just that left tackle that he could count on. And then Andrew Thomas came back a little early, still wasn't right, but still didn't, what wasn't that guy started turning into that guy. So when we get an offensive line behind Daniel Jones, if one guy can make him a 90 quarterback rating or plus better, I can't wait to see what a running game does with a real offensive line into this outfit. I think we could be scary. And we might have the guys. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, I would rather go one more year and know what I have in Barkley, know what I have in Jones. I'm sorry. Know that we have a foundation set up for the next head coach if we have to get another head coach. Because at least we got 3 years of draft from the same guy instead of 2 years gone, rinse and repeat. Because then there's just no consistency. There's nothing to come into. You can say what you want about Dallas, but when McCarthy came into Dallas, he had a foundation. He had an offensive line. He had a running game. He had a stocked wide receivers core. And all he had to do is go into this last draft, get a couple of defensive guys, and look at them. Turned it all completely around. That's what a foundation does. That's what happens when you got it. When you keep a guy in there for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you get that foundation of players. And now you got something to work with. When you're rotating, you look at the Cleveland Browns. They never had a foundation.
Starting to come around now, though.
Right.
Well, part of that foundation is your quarterback, Daniel Jones. Let me ask, how important was the loss of Jones and going forward?
It was
you had Mike McGlennon. You had Mike McGlennon. Now you have Jake Fromm. Are you expecting anything from Fromm? Do you think that, you could possibly see something out of him?
Well, you know what? Again, there's always the Mike White scenario. There's always that scenario. A quarterback comes in the first game, tears it up. I would love to see, and everyone's saying, well, if Daniel Jones is operating under, this system, whatever. I mean, he only got to operate with Kitchens 1 week before he went out. So we really don't know what Kitchens had game planned for Daniel Jones, this offense. We're seeing it through Mike Glennon. I see Ross on a crossing route that looked phenomenal, hit him in stride. But then again, I'm looking at these other passes that Glennon's throwing, and he can't hit the inside of a barn standing inside of it. Okay. Now, if Daniel Jones was out there making those passes, I think a lot more of those are complete. And I like the scheme of what Kitchens is running. I like the mesh concepts. I like the route running combinations. They're scheming guys open. And poor Daniel, because he's got a neck injury, we're not going to see that. So everyone's just going to go off of what he was when he was with Garrett, which was just a bland offense. Whereas now at least Kitchens is developing routes, getting guys open, using the whole field instead of half the field. That was a big problem with Garrett too. He'd only use half the field. He'd run everybody to one side. So the loss of Daniel Jones for me was huge. Huge. I knew if we had Daniel Jones into this game, I'd pick us to win definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys not only need a good quarterback, but you guys need like a stable backup too, you know, just in case shit does go down.
That might be why we got Fromm, because we got Fromm now. Okay, we don't have to pick a quarterback in this draft. Mm-hmm. Joe Judge is actually seeing what Jake Fromm is right now, and we got him locked up for 2 years. Okay. You know, he's on the team right now. So by doing that, Judge gets to value what Fromm is, see him on the field, see him in the playbook, see what he can do, instead of the unknown, and watch everybody else in the underwear Olympics, just like everyone else is going to do. I mean, if you think about it, this is probably one of the smartest moves that Judge did. It didn't cost us very much. We have him locked up, and we can get rid of him for nothing. It's basically a free interview for Judge to look at Fromm and get him some game experience to see what he can do in the Meadowlands with the New York Giants. Is he the future backup? Can he push Daniel Jones to be, you know, to the next starter next year? There's a possibility that could happen too. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities open right now.
Yeah. The merry-go-round keeps going.
It does, man. It does. I mean, a lot of this stuff is why we watch sports, man. It's not politics, but it's watching these players develop, grow, what the team needs. You know, and then you watch what the GMs and upper management and all that do. You know, coaches, staff, hires. You know, that's going to be interesting. Who's going to be our OC next year?
This whole off season is going to be a sight to see, man. I'm really excited, you know, and the Bears, they're probably going to pick up Doug Peterson. You know what I mean? I've been calling that.
Well, I said that Zimmer from the Vikings.
You think so?
You think that?
I think Zimmer will get a backup job. He's not going to get another head coaching job. He's going to get a defensive coordinator job.
I'm praying that if he does, it lands with the Eagles.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro.
You know, look,
that head coaching experience that goes a long way.
I think he would do wonders for Fields. Now, Fields is probably the best quarterback I've ever seen come out of Ohio State. I always said you don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks, but you know what? Fields might be that guy. And I just look at the way that he created that team up there in the Vikings. I look at what he did for Kirk Cousins. I look what he did for Case Keenum. Yeah, I mean, Case Keenum and him, they went to the playoffs. You know, remember that Diggs play against the Saints? I mean, they went deep into the playoffs. Okay, that was a fluke play, but, you know, he always has a balanced offense. You know, he's got the coaching staff where if you had a young quarterback, he's going to create an offense, and he has so much patience. Yeah, you know, I just think that he would be the right fit for that team. I mean, they got some players on there right now.
I just think they blew it over there with the Vikings.
That was Kirk Cousins.
That's what I'm saying. He wasted all his time on Kirk Cousins. You know, he should have had another quarterback.
I don't know if that got pushed on him.
I don't think Mike Zimmer gets the respect that he deserves, because when you look at Mike Zimmer's coaching style compared to the coachings that you have now, you have younger coaches. We have Nick Sirianni. There's a huge difference, because a coach like Mike Zimmer, when he comes in, he has the pedigree and he commands that respect. And you've seen since day one, he's gotten that respect. It hasn't faltered since. And you know, he knows how to focus on the run game. He knows what you need to do to win a football game. And that's the way he goes about, you know, his job and his game plan week in and week out. You know, he doesn't change it up. A lot of people don't like that. Sometimes they say he's not flashy enough, but he does it because he knows what it takes to win a game, what it takes to get to the big game. Even though he hasn't won a Super Bowl, he's gotten to the NFC Championship game. Had it not been for, you know, things that we did on our end,
that's true.
They could be possibly champions.
Right.
That year, they were the hottest team compared to us. You know, up until that injury for Wentz, the Vikings and the Eagles were the hottest teams. And after that injury to Wentz, it was the Vikings from then on. We weren't even favored. We weren't even favored going into that game. It was an afterthought that, you know, the Eagles would even have a possibility to win that game. It was Minnesota all day. They were automatic for the Super Bowl. So, you know what I mean? Like Mike's – go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just going to say I'd like to see Caldwell get another shot, too. He got kind of crunched up with the Lions there a little bit. And I think he's another good coach that I'd like to see get a shot coming back.
Yeah, I honestly feel like teams like the Jets, or if you're looking at whatever horrible team you have now, like say Houston. I know they just got a new coach, but if you bring in a coach like Jim Caldwell, that
Right.
whole culture changes.
Yes.
Everything on your team will change, only for the better. And guess what? If you think that he should automatically take you to Super Bowl, he might not do that. But guess what? Your team is going to be better going forward.
Yes.
You won't have those problems in the past. You won't be the Cleveland Browns of the past because we seen what Stefanski did. Once you have that coach that can, take care of your team is better for the future, not just for the present while they're there. It's better for the future.
They build that foundation. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And that's something that I don't get about NFL owners. When you have a team that's young, that's inexperienced, you need that older coach. You don't go with the young guy. That's stupid because you have kids teaching kids. And usually that doesn't go well.
Right.
So, yeah, as for Mike Zimmer, if anything happens to him in Minnesota, please, Lord, please, let him come to
you. Yeah.
But I
mean, door's open, brother.
It's going to be interesting with Jacksonville and all this coaching. I tell you guys what, man, this is probably going to be one of the most interesting drafts or free agencies that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it is.
Because Jacksonville's going to have a new GM. We're possibly going to have a new GM, probably going to be hired from within. There's going to be a bunch of coaching changes again. There is every year. And then this draft, I mean, it can go quarterbacks at the top or quarterbacks in the middle rounds. But once there's a run on quarterbacks, everyone's going to start jumping and panicking. There's like 10 teams that need a quarterback. So if one goes, they're all going to start going. And if that happens into the top 5, top 10, anybody up there that doesn't need a quarterback is going to get a quality piece. And when I say a foundation, that's what I want for the Giants. It might take us another 2 or 3 years to get the quarterback set up to where we're a winning franchise. But when you got a rookie coming into an established offensive line, an established defense like Eli Manning came into, it just makes his learning curve so much sharper and smaller and easier, and it doesn't put as much stress on him. When he's back there doing what Fields is doing right now and Lawrence is doing, and once his name in San Francisco is not even seeing the field because he keeps getting crushed. Yeah, Lance. I mean, Mac Jones right now is just tearing it up for Rookie of the Year contention. But he's in that situation, man. He's got a great coach. He's got an established organization. Those guys all know what they're doing inside that clubhouse. All he's got to do is learn to play and what to throw, and not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
When you can do that, you're going to look phenomenal.
Yeah, give him another year, man. He's this offseason. Next year, he's going to come back. He's going to look like Tom Brady.
Right. That's a scary proposition, isn't it? 2 of them in a row.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's going to be a very, very interesting offseason for just for everyone. If you're a fan, not just for your own team, but if you're a fan of football in general, it's going to be a great offseason.
It is.
There's so much going on. It's not even funny.
I love this soap opera.
Everyone says you need a high-powered quarterback, and I'm sorry, Mac Jones is not a high-powered quarterback, okay? He's not a Mahomes. He's not a, Lamar Jackson. He's not Deshaun Watson. He's not Russell Wilson. But look at what he's doing just as a pocket quarterback that can go back there and just deliver a good, accurate ball. He wins you football games. You don't ask him to do too much. That's why when everyone says you've got to have this mobile, athletic, elite quarterback to win football games and go to playoff, you don't, guys. And I get killed for it a lot, but I get why people want one. Because it's flashy, it's exciting.
Fun.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'll say this though: a mobile quarterback would have helped against the Colts.
It would have. Yes.
I think that's why people say you need a mobile quarterback, because there are times where defenses do catch up. Defense will watch tape and figure out what you do. And for the Patriots, running is what they do best. You take out the run game like they called for the beginning of the week. All right, we're going to stop your run game. We want to see what Mac Jones can do. And we saw Mac Jones, he didn't have an answer. He really did not have an answer.
Started having that noodle arm.
It's part of the growing pains of being a young quarterback. Of course, people are going to figure you out. Now he's going to have to overcome that adversity and show us that he can take a team when they take my run game away.
Talking about your run game, you recently got Saquon Barkley back.
Yes.
Since he has been back, how do you think the offense has changed with him?
Man, I'll tell you, I think he's the leader. of this team right now out on the field. And I think when him and Daniel Jones out there, those are the two guys that everyone looks at. When we played the Saints, him and Barkley, Jones and Barkley were talking about a certain play that developed, and they saw something that happened to it. So they ran that play again, and sure enough, they were on a communication scale, hit Barkley for a touchdown, which is what, started to bring us back into that Saints game, and then we won it. I love Barkley to death. He's just that guy. He come out saying that he wants to be part of the reasons why this team turns it around because we've been bad for so long. And you can say that that's just media hype or that's just, what a guy's supposed to say. It is what it is, man. I mean, if I get a player on my team that says that he wants to be part of the solution, man, I mean that got to go through the locker room. And so many guys are speaking up for Joe Judge and stuff like that. But I tell you, he really hasn't taken a lot of beatings body wise. I mean, yeah, his knees are bad, but if he can go out this year, the rest of this year, and especially next year when we get an offensive line to start putting up numbers, I hope to hell he does, because I do want him signed long term for $14 million a year, $15 million a year. He's just such a fire plug, and I just really want him to be with the Giants when he gets to show off all that potential and have a couple of healthy back-to-back seasons.
So you'd rather have him as a coach than as a running back?
I don't care. You know what? Sometimes us as fans, we get too sentimental and too attached to players.
Definitely.
And he's just one of those guys that I want to see succeed here when the Giants do turn it around and we get into the playoffs, because, I mean, the guy's never complained. He's never outspoken, never threw anybody under the bus. I would like to see people. When I see people that act that way, it's the human nature in me. I want to see them get rewarded. And if that's rewarded with, a couple of playoff appearances, maybe a couple of playoff wins, whatever it is, kind of that feel-good story. Here's a kid that, came to a really crappy team, never got fixed. The first half of his career was a hot mess, but all of a sudden the second half of his career, he takes off. I think we all enjoy those types of stories.
Yeah. You said you want to Saquon sign. How much of a factor do you think that he can be going forward? With the two injuries we've seen him, it's taken him a while to get back to form, and he, at the moment, I wouldn't say he has yet. Do you think that can come back?
I do. I think, if he wasn't working out and, doing what he has to do and stay mentally focused, because he does get shot in the media an awful lot. A lot of people are like, well, he can't do this. He's never healthy. He's hearing all of these whispers too, just, especially what the fans are saying. And he's blocking all that out, and, he's not letting it get to him. And he's going out there and trying to play when he can play. You saw the frustration last week when they tried to go for it on a 4th and 2 or 4th and 1, I believe it was, and somebody went off sides and he just flipped out in the backfield. He's like, I cannot believe this is going on. That's a team leader. That's a team motivator. And right now we just don't have anybody like that. I don't see anybody developing like that right now. We don't have that Michael Strahan in the locker room. We don't have that Brandon Jacobs on the offensive side of the ball. Grab a hold of somebody and say, look, you need to get your head out of your arse, and we're going to do it this way. We don't have that guy. We don't have them leaders. Right now, Barkley is that one. And you can say, yeah, I'm paying for a coach, but you know what? He's a coach that has a chance every time he touches the ball to just light up a field, light up an organization. Without an offensive line, we did waste part of Barkley's career. Was it the right pick? You know what? No, I don't know. We'll never know. That's probably something that's going to go out down in Giants lore for a long, long time as to that pick, and what it did for the organization moving forward, because we could have got draft capital, or we could have done this or could have done that.
Yeah, there's always a shoulda, coulda.
Yeah, exactly. There always is. There's always looking back. Hindsight, is what it is. As far as moving forward, like I said, sometimes we get personally attached. I mean, my God, it's been how many years since Lawrence Taylor played? I got a Lawrence Taylor jersey for Christmas, because it reminds me of the good times. We would beat the Eagles, we would beat the Cowboys, we'd stomp the Redskins. I remember those days, sitting and watching on a Sunday, watching the playoffs, and even then, I would get invested with players that weren't going to be around for no longer than 1, maybe 2 years. It's just always the way it is when you root for a team. You always get attached, and you know what? I can't help it. That's what part of being a fan is getting attached to a guy.
Definitely.
And you hate seeing him move on.
Well, when you have, especially with Lawrence Taylor,
right?
That attachment, you could say, is very severe because especially him now with those prison blues.
Well, the only thing he did is he didn't do anything new. All it was is he didn't report his new address.
That's all it was?
Yeah, that's all it was.
So it was a simple violation?
Yeah, it was a simple violation.
Again.
He was living in a hotel room in Miami and he didn't report it.
Oh, my guy's between homes. You can't do that.
I know.
But the allegations are a little scandalous, so we won't get into that. But,
right.
Yeah. Speaking of Taylor, let me ask you, what do you think the state of the Giants' defense is now?
I love the defense going forward. I really do. I like what Roche and Ojulari are bringing. I like what Robinson is doing up there. Danny Shelton needs to go. I am not going to lie. If Martinez can come back healthy and we draft an inside linebacker, Tay Crowder, Mr. Irrelevant, has really been stepping up lately. He's shooting gaps, making tackles, making plays. He's not so hesitant. A 7th round draft pick. Right now, I'd like to see him on the team for another year or two. Then he could really be a starter, but the experience he's getting, he's taking it and running with it and getting better each week. I don't know as if he would be the starter, but he's definitely a guy that if Martinez needed a spell or if you had another starter, he could come in and spell that guy. He's really starting to step up there. The secondary, I absolutely love it. Adoree Jackson's been playing better. Bradberry's been playing better. Everybody's stepping up. The defense right now, that's why last night I was saying if Aiden Hutchinson's on the board, I want him because then we got that guy that can bend the edge, come around. He's a 3-down defensive end. Stop the run and get after the passer. Somebody like that. And then we've got like Roche or Ojulari. Carter actually stepped up last week. I can't believe it. It only took him 3.5 years to figure out what he had to do to get at the quarterback. But I love where this Giants defense is going. Even after Giants fans, the first 6 weeks were saying fire Patrick Graham. Yeah, we all know who you are out there. That then he turned it around. I don't know what's going on. Why back-to-back years, the first half of the season, the defense is not good. The second half picks it up. That's something that's going to definitely need to be addressed. But we're going to wait and see what news is going to come out more and more about this team as to what John Mara did and what's been going on behind the scenes. Because, oh, my God, Logan. Oh.
Logan has a good question. I'll get to that one. He asked you a good question. I'm going to get to it later, though.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Because that was one of the questions I had for you. You said he's been playing better as of late.
Right.
Do you consider, we'll take that aside, but do you consider Bradberry a liability?
I wouldn't be surprised if Bradberry doesn't get traded or cut next year.
Is that a money thing or?
It could be a money thing. The guy we jumped up to grab in the 3rd round last year, that corner's been playing pretty good.
Well, is it more of a money thing for the fact that he hasn't played to that level that he's earning? Because we all know last year, at the beginning of the year, Bradberry was, not playing well. The Giants defense had to accommodate so that way they can support Bradberry. This year we started off again, not playing well. Again, second half, it's later in the second half, but Bradberry is finally catching along. And like I said, we're gonna hit up Logan's question because I think it's a pretty good question.
Aaron Robinson, that's the guy that we traded up and drafted. Yeah, I do think he's going to replace Bradberry next year, which is why I said early in the season I think Bradberry's gone. Martinez might be gone. Solder's definitely going to be gone. There's
Bradberry.
It's gonna be interesting.
I honestly don't like his play. I thought when he was with Carolina, that was because he fit their defensive scheme. A lot of times when you're taking corners, we've made that mistake many a times. When we're picking a cornerback, we bring him over to our team. He doesn't fit the scheme, but we've seen that he had 10 interceptions once, or he flashed for 2 years. But again, it has to be a scheme fit as well. You can't just pick up a corner because for the Giants, to their credit, they picked up the best cornerback that was available at the time, which was Bradberry.
Right.
To their credit, that they were trying to do best for their team. But again, you also have to consider the fact that is he a scheme fit? Are we just picking him for the name? Are we picking him because of what he did for another team? Because there's a lot of things that factor into that free agency signing. And I don't know if the Giants did their due diligence on Bradberry.
Yeah, because we can cut him next year and save a lot of cap, like $12 or $14 million if we get rid of him. I mean, we gave these guys that we've been signing 3-year contracts, and the third year we can get out with no cap hit at all, or minimal, very minimal. Like Nate Solder restructured his, we saved like 14, 15 mil on him, and it's only a $4 million cap hit. Bradberry's the same way. Martinez, we saved 9 mil. There's a couple other guys what we cut. We saved quite a bit of money. So, that's what I mean. Shepard could be gone for 10 mil.
I think we'll be all right with Tay Gowan. So, you know what I mean? We got some younger players we need to move up.
Yeah, we have 3 corners that, we still need to see, what they have. And a lot of that, unfortunately won't happen this season. Sometimes later on in the season, if we're out of it, we may see something. But if we're still in playoff contention, we won't see what they have until next season, unless Steven Nelson continues to perform at a horrible, he constantly, this past, 3-4 weeks, Nelson has been on a steep decline.
So, he's been on an island, all right.
If the coaches feel like, it might be time to move on, and I understand, again, he was a free agency pickup, but it was a rental. So you're not going to lose faith with benching him. It's a flyer you took out of him. Right now, it's not working out. You got to see what you got in one of those 3 corners. At least that's what I think.
Here's your ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, Logan has another question. Should we get rid of Bradberry so we can sign a veteran O-lineman?
So I mean, we're going to
make the room.
Yeah, we're going to save so much money by cutting him that's where our free agent signing money is going to come from, is getting rid of a few guys or restructuring them. I don't know. Bradberry?
Yeah.
16?
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that high. I thought maybe 12, 10 in that range. I didn't know it was 16.
I think
he's a for 10.
I think he's a 4 mil cap hit with a savings of 10 or 12 million.
It's time to cut ties for that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. We get rid of him. There's 12. Martinez is 9. Solder is another 14. The punter, we save like $3.5 million. Get rid of his lazy ass. Like I said, there's going to be this is going to be a completely different team. It's not going to surprise me to see 25 players gone that are on this team next year. It's going to be completely different. And Logan, your dad was supposed to join me on this damn show. I sent him messages and everything.
He said he was going to join soon.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the status is.
15 minutes to go, Corey. Thanks a lot. I'm over here. These guys are coming at me hard.
Chunks on and everything.
Right.
You left Joe hanging. He's sweating it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let me ask you this. I'll take some of the pressure off you. We won't talk about the Giants. How about that?
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Hey, I know what it is when you're back against the wall and you got the fan base behind you. Like, why'd you say that about us?
Hey, everybody knows that, I don't try to just think one vision, and, I do get tied up. Yeah. But I get caught up into the excitement of a certain player, and it's like other people, they do it too. And it might not be a Giants guy, but they get just as excited about seeing, Deshaun Watson play, or seeing Lamar Jackson play, or watching Tyreek Hill, saying, why can't we get a guy like that? Or Aaron Donald, why can't we get a stud defense? Because they're not out there. That's why there's only one of them. I bet.
Yeah, your dad will be coming after the stream's over.
No, I actually think he just look. Yeah, it was. He tried to get in. Oh, but we got the younger version. I guess you would say the progeny.
Oh man,
the progeny is on the line. What's good, Logan? Thank you for coming through for your dad's absence. I don't know if he's with you or not, but if you were trying to replace him, thank you for coming through, my guy.
He's coming, man. He's on his laptop.
I see. So he's getting on his way. So now that I have you both here, let me just get your thoughts. What do you think about, the Eagles since week 12, since that horrible matchup? How do you think we fared since then?
I definitely think Jalen Hurts has played a hell of a lot better. He's been less risky with the ball. He's been playing a lot more conservative, and I think that's good because the Giants are going to try to force a lot of turnovers today. That's how our defense is. But I have the Giants winning this one by 2 points. I think that our defense can do well enough to the point where we could stop Jalen Hurts, but it's going to be a close game.
Oh, I think. Oh, here we go.
There he
is.
The man of the hour. Thank you, Cory, for coming on. I appreciate it.
What's up, guys? Sorry about that. Like having some audio interference there. And what's this? I heard about 15 minutes left. Get your ass on here, pal.
That's right. That's right.
I had to go feed the damn family. They get angry if you don't feed them.
Oh, yeah.
Cory, let them know. The closer comes in when he's needed.
That's it, man.
Oh,
How you been, man? Thanks for having me on, man. I'm sorry I'm late, man. This has just been a crazy day.
yeah.
Listen, better late than never. I appreciate the fact that you took the time out to come on.
Nah,
It's
no
good
problem.
to see you.
What's up, brother? How you been?
Good.
Yeah, man. I hope you had a great Christmas, both of you.
It was good, man. It was pretty good. I mean, this is kind of odd sharing the. You want my thoughts on the Eagles? I'll give you my thoughts on the Eagles, but.
Well, yeah, because I was saying, what are the thoughts on the Eagles since that week 12 debacle that we had? How do you think we performed since?
Better than our week 1 debacle. I mean, it can't get any worse than for us. So, yes, it's true.
That's
happy wife, happy life. You ain't kidding, man. When you got to go to the grocery store, you go to the grocery store when she tells you to. So,
Yeah.
and it was like, I think it was 20-12. I'm like, crap, I'm not going to be on time. But here I am. So,
Hey, you're here now.
What is up with Logan's dude?
Just to let you know, I had to remind him he had to do this podcast today.
You didn't. I knew I had to. But then when
your father he works, he takes care of the home, he's taking care of you. The only reason why you're on is because your father's taking care of business. So if he's a little late, it's excusable.
20 years, man, and you know when to say yes, dear.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
So what's going on, fellas? What can I help you with here? Or what can I insult you with? Or what can I insult my own team with? So
well, I was asking, how do you think the Eagles have been since that week 12 loss to the Giants?
Honestly, man, a completely different team. I mean, the rushing offense is sick. I mean, first off, they were able to run it against the Giants. I think they just forgot. I mean, to continue running the ball. I mean, and it's funny, if they had continued running the ball, they couldn't stop them that game. They should have been able to win that game. Plus, they caught the ball on the one. He would have landed in the end zone anyway if he caught that damn ball. I mean, so I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. If anything, we should have 3 wins, not 4. It's just sad, man. I mean, it's funny. Most of the guys I work with are Eagles fans, and they all were like, oh, we're going to get 1 win this year. We're going to get 2 wins this year. And, the Giants, they're going to win 8, 9, 10. What the hell happened there, man? It's like, you know what it is? You guys have been playing to your strengths. And when you've got a rushing offense like you do, and you guys can block like you do, hey, it's working. Stick with it.
That's right. We need a watering can over here, damn it.
From your lips to Nick Sirianni's ears.
Right.
Tell him, boss.
Sirianni was on the hot seat about 6 weeks back, man. He was looking like he was going to run out of town. And now he's looking like a borderline genius. I mean, it's, you know what? I think you guys are going to finish up with probably right around 8 wins, I think. 7 or 8 wins. What do you got now? 6?
7-7, right?
7.
You're 7-7?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so you could finish at 9. It's possible.
9 and 8.
Okay, so you got the Giants today. Who you got closing out the last 2 weeks?
Redskins and then Cowboys.
You guys can take the Skins, Cowboys. I think. Oh, then again, do the Cowboys rest their guys?
Yeah, that's a question.
They could run the table.
Do the Cowboys want us in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm. You know, I called this in the beginning of the year. I said either 7-10 or 10-7.
I was at 9. I was at 9 wins, 10 wins in that range. I thought Steven Nelson was going to get us to 10
I'll be
wins.
honest, man. I didn't
He's
see
gonna
it.
keep us at 9.
I didn't see it at all. I thought there was no way in hell you guys are going to have more than 3-4 wins. And I thought we were a crapshoot at 8. I said 8 or 9 beginning of the year. I said if everything breaks right, I mean everything breaks right, I figured 10.
You said 12-5. Stop.
Dude, what? Seriously? I'm going to toss you out this window. You are. I would never. Say 12
I will pay good money. I'll send you a jersey there, Cory.
I got $1. I got $1.
Like 14-2 or something.
Oh my God, he keeps going up with it. Why don't you just say I said undefeated, ass? Oh my God.
Yeah, who let the 12-year-old on the street?
Joel's at 12-5. No, it's 13-4. No, now it's fucking 15-1. Okay.
First off, Joel is the only guy I'll let call my kid an ass. I mean,
right, exactly.
Bro.
I mean, bro, what the hell is that? Jesus.
I honestly love watching you two. That's why when I first saw Joe, I saw both of you, Logan, and your father on the stream. And I thought the two of you were just hilarious. That's why, I find it an honor to have you on because you know what I'm saying, like you're living up to the bill.
Oh, man, well, I appreciate it, man. It's funny because I think I've told her I actually do this for a living, but I do training online is what I do. So I don't usually do. I've been trying to start a YouTube I started YouTube for IT purposes for a decade. Just never done it. I mean, but this to me is more fun. I mean, so it's but I mean, so you probably saw the arm wrestling contest with me and him. You probably saw him trying to wrestle me and failing miserably.
Right.
No, I never saw that.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
I caught you all at the buzz, the head buzzing.
Oh, no.
So that's when I was like, wait, who is Lex Luthor and what's going on here?
Right. I know I'm gonna look like Cory if I keep hanging around Logan all the time. Now I understand why he's got no hair on his friggin' head. There he goes. Gone.
I used to have hair like Joel. We're talking 20 years ago.
Right. Oh.
Then I had kids, and I just
Logan's a good
they
kid.
do it. They do it to you.
He was like, he didn't want to hear that part.
That's right.
Let me get your thoughts, Logan. What do you think of the Eagles since that Week 12 loss?
I already gave my thoughts. They look.
I'm sorry.
Logan doesn't want to be caught talking good about the Eagles.
But Dad, you answer this question because I have to set up the VPN real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. He's in the living room trying to set up the TV because we're down in Carolina. So we got. I got to hook the laptop up to the VPN to the New York station and get it all.
Yeah, I got to do that. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
It's actually not bad.
No, it's really easy, actually.
Okay.
The first time we taught Joel, now that was.
It took a while.
Cory, welcome to my life because every time I try something new, I have to go about the hard route to freaking get it to work, and it just makes people's minds, they're like, "How the hell is this not working right?" And it's like, now you see why I get frustrated.
I'm in the same seat, brother. I always go the hard route about shit, dude.
Exactly.
At work, we say user is a 4-letter word because I'm an IT man. User is definitely a 4-letter word in Joel's case, but
yeah, I was using something.
I always throw out the term. It's always user error.
Right.
Seriously.
Let me put the pressure back on you two, or you three. What are your thoughts, about on the Giants going into this game?
I'll tell you what. I'll just be honest. I don't have much hope. I mean, I'm a pessimistic Giants fan this year, but I'll tell you what. I like the energy Fromm brings. Fromm looked better in 12 plays last week than he did than Glennon did in the previous 2 seasons with these guys. He's coming in here to talk to me. So,
yeah.
But I tell you what, I mean, if who we got out today?
Danny Shelton, and we have Nate Solder is out.
Thank God.
And I don't know about the rest.
Is Tony out, or is he playing?
I don't know.
Tony
I haven't had a chance to look.
Anyway. It's funny how high we were on Tony. I mean, 8 weeks back, and now
I think he's getting saved.
He's gonna.
Well, I I throw him out there right now, what the hell are we going to win?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like-
bragging
that's like
rights.
Jones.
I mean, if the Giants beat the Eagles today, oh my God, bragging rights for a year.
Oh, it saves
Break out the brooms. Here we go.
It's not going to be for 1 year. That's something that you could hold in your back pocket for a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
you
what?
sweep the Eagles, that's something you could always bring up. Remember 2021?
Exactly.
Look, I'm going to break out the crow's foot and everything on that.
I'm not going to lie because I want AK to be a Giants fan for a year. Okay, I'm not going to lie.
Listen, now my brother, no.
Yes.
Wow.
I can't sit
Is that
back
a
and let
bet?
that happen willingly.
It's a bet.
Yeah, that's a bet.
It's a
Oh
bet.
my God! Oh my AK! What are you doing, dude?
It was made a while back. I remember that.
Yes.
We're gonna welcome him with
Wow!
open arms.
Listen,
Yep, and that's,
there is so much on the line for this game. There are
There is.
people's
Oh my
lives on the line.
There's hair on-
Super Bowl. This
There's
is the
hair
Super
on
Bowl.
the game too, because Big Play Slay might have to shave his head if the
Oh,
Eagles
that's
lose.
right.
Wow!
How did we bury the lead? How did we bury this lead? What's going on?
We should have been advertising the whole time.
Listen, I don't want us to
Pay
lose.
money.
Okay.
I don't want us to lose at all, but I
No.
will do a live stream just to showcase his head.
Right, right. That's
Yo,
like
I will-
Logan when he shaved his head. He put on a turtleneck. He looked like one of those roll-on deodorants. I mean, it was kind of
We're gonna have to make a pay-per-view for
Here's the
this.
thing. Here's the thing about Slay. Slay would never live up to the bet because he has no balls.
Hey,
Oh.
easy,
Oh.
easy.
Don't say that about him. He's a good
Nah,
kid.
Slay's a good kid. Slay's a good kid.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts
He's a Lakers fan, but you know.
God damn.
Yeah, he ruined his own plate there, but yeah.
No, seriously though, if we beat the Eagles, it makes it gives us something. It gives us something to hang our hats on this year. It does. That's all we have going for us right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, I'm gonna have to buy him a Giants jersey if you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
want.
I told him if he needs help with the website, let me know. I got some really good backgrounds for him. He just looks at me. Oh, I get the laser eyes through the screen.
man,
Yo,
listen,
I'll even send him the same green stuff I loaded for Christmas. Like here you
Hey,
go,
Vic.
green
Oh,
screen in the
my God.
background, Giants banner, the whole deal.
All right.
One quick thing.
Who's
I
Wow.
see Jalen Hurts warming up, and I see it in his eyes. He's ready to break his interception record from last time we played.
Oh,
Nice.
oh.
Hey, you know what I also see? From State Farm fumbling, throwing many interceptions, having that win, take that ball out right back into Darius Slay's hand. Oh, it's going to be a glorious game. But Joe, for you,
Go back to where you came from.
there's a possibility. There's a possibility you can get, because I don't know. Me, Foothills, and AK were supposed to do a live play-by-play of the game. I don't know if we're still doing it because nothing's been set up yet. I don't know since we've been on the stream. But there's a possibility you can see AK's reaction of a possible loss. Live. You can be a part of that too.
He's gonna die, bro. He's going to die.
If that,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if that
And
happens, and it's,
if
just
we-
say it's a close game with a quarter to go, I expect the live stream, the tweet to go out. We will have
Listen.
Giants fans in mass joining the live stream.
I implore you all, if you're watching, screenshot the hell out of it, retweet it, put it out there. Especially if we have Big Play Slay having to shave his head.
Yes.
Oh
Oh.
my God! Look, we could possibly have live reactions, people. Please
All
stay
right,
tuned.
Vic, I appreciate you having me on, but the game is about to start, so I'm gonna hop
Yep.
off.
That's what I was just
Listen,
gonna say,
we're all about to say our goodbyes. Let's give it 3 minutes. I just want everyone real fast. Final game predictions. JerryLee, my guy, we'll start off with you. We'll make the round robin.
I'm gonna say 21-10, Eagles.
Oh, I'll go 21-10 Giants.
Give me the Giants 23-21.
What do you got, Cory?
21-10 Eagles.
What?
Cory, I like your
Come
score,
on,
Cory.
man.
Let's go. That's a
Traitor.
realistic fan.
Joel, just so you know, every time I have called the Giants to lose, they've won, just so you know.
Yeah. You better hope that works this time.
Listen,
Yeah,
I got your address.
there's a little evil in me that kind of wants us to lose now.
oh, listen. if it wasn't for the fact that playoffs were on the line and we were a lock, I wouldn't care. Lose this game. I want to see this happen. Not for AK. Not for AK, because I really don't want that to happen. But for Slay, shake that dome.
Worth it. I'd say 21-17 Giants.
Just to let you know, AK, the third interception from Jalen Hurts is what's going to break the spine of AK today.
Does he have to wear like a Giants jersey or something like that all year? Is anything like that? Or just
make Giants content and wear.
Yeah, he has to make Giants content.
Okay,
yo, this bet gets even better.
Wow. One thing I want, guys. Ready? There's only one thing I want. If the Eagles lose and AK is become a Giants fan, I want JerryLee's laugh on a repeating voice track.
You got it, big man. I got a recording studio too. You can have it.
I got to call the game, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's appreciated. Make sure
you man, I appreciate you. Hey, before you go, let me just say I appreciate you all for coming through. Joel, my guy, you were the both. Like I said, I respect you more for everything you've done. You're a great man. I see the way you talk to everyone. You're very kind. You know, you show that, like we said before, that just because you're a fan of another team doesn't mean that there always has to be hate or disrespectful. Yeah. It doesn't come from that side. There's always love. There's always respect coming from your end. So I want to, say thank you for coming through.
Thank you,
Cory. I appreciate you so much. My guy Gio, let me just get my final score predictions. He's so much close to me. I was at 28-10. You're at 27-10. We're pretty much close, eye to eye. Everybody on right now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy the game. I hope you all enjoy Christmas, your holidays, whether it's Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, no matter what you celebrate. Congratulations. I hope you had a great time. Fellas, like I said, thank you so much for coming through.
No problem. Thanks for having us, man.
Have a good one.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out, guys. Hey, and fly Eagles fly as always. And thank you all for coming through, man. I truly appreciate it.
Arvita Beats.